Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I am going to be talking about Blake's case, how he caught his case, his charges, what he was actually sentenced to, just giving you guys backstory about how I got started on this journey. I'm not even gonna lie, I have been putting this video off because it's something that I don't like to talk about, but obviously if you guys are going on this journey with me, you have to have a little bit of backstory. Anything that I talk about in this video and any of the videos that I posted, any of the videos that I'm obviously going to post, just want to let everybody know Blake is completely supportive. He's on board. It's not a matter of like, oh, I'm just telling all our business and he don't know. He knows about every video that I do, so I don't want anybody thinking I'm just on here talking about him and he don't know. So just backstory, Blake and I's relationship. We met in 2008. We met at work. I was new to the job. He ended up training me. We worked together at a place called Smoothie King. When we were working together, I had no interest in him. He had no interest in me. If you would have told me back in 2008 that come 2014 on, we would be in a relationship together, I wouldn't have believed you. Just honestly, not true. He was dating somebody at the time. I was dating somebody at the time. I was still in high school. I was a junior in high school. Blake and I have a 4-year age difference. So when I met him, he was 21 and I was 17. So yeah, no interest in each other. We came from two completely different worlds, but I guess opposites attract. So, but yeah, I never looked at him in like the relationship type of way. I always just thought he was like super cool. He always made me laugh, things like that. It was just strictly, we were coworkers. I hate to say it, but it was more so like that homegirl, homeboy type relationship. He called me his little sister. I don't think I ever called him my brother, but yeah, anytime he would introduce me to somebody, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's Jam, that's Jamar, that's my little sister. All right, that's how it's gonna be, you know? So I never ever thought we were gonna get to a place where we are now. So like I said, we met in 2008. Fast forward to 2014, that's when we start hanging out more frequently. Anytime he would always ask me to come hang out with him, I would always bring my brother with me. Why? I don't know. I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, oh, we're about to hang out, you know, whatever. Hey, brother, you want to come with me? You know, it took Blake bringing it to my attention for me to realize, oh, I'm not supposed to be inviting my brother. Okay, so stopped inviting my brother. Blake and I hung out. So it's safe to say he was interested in me first. He pursued me. I was that person who's just like, oh, that's my friend, that's my homeboy, let's kick it. No, he had other intentions, obviously. So we start hanging out, went on some dates. Our first date is actually really funny. We laugh about it now. But our first date, we were supposed to go bowling. So I'm getting ready, things like that. He calls me. It was like, hey, Jamar, you know, I know we're supposed to go bowling, but can we push it back? Something came up. So at first I'm like, okay, cool, you know, that's fine, whatever. Just text me, let me know when you're thinking, and then we'll go ahead and go. So ended up calling me back. He was like, yeah, it's just gonna be a little longer. I got some family stuff that came up. I don't know why I thought he was lying. So since I thought he was lying, I was just like, no, I don't want to go anymore. Like, it's fine. I'll catch you later. You know, he's like, no, like, something really came up. Like, we still gonna go. I just gotta go take care of this matter, and then we gonna go. And I'm just like, no, it's fine. I don't want to go. I took my clothes off. I'm about to go to bed. Just being so dramatic. So he told me his cousin was getting ready to have her twins. She was pregnant, getting ready to have birth. Like I said, I don't know why I thought he was lying. I don't know. Maybe because the type of person who I thought he was, I'm like, you was not about to take your family to the hospital to watch her have her kids. Like, you lying. Like, no. I overreacted because that was actually a true story. It was true. His cousin was having kids, and he took other family members to the hospital. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, so that date didn't happen. Our next date, we ended up going to the movies. Blake was late. Blake's late for everything. Everything. So he was late. We ended up going to see... What did we go see? We ended up going to see Think Like a Man. So that was cool. Though, I mean, we went on other dates, but those were like our first two initial jump off the porch type of dates. So yeah, after that, I mean, I hate to say it, but the rest is history. So Blake caught his case in 2016. Blake and I's relationship, I would be the first to say it's not perfect. It definitely wasn't perfect back then, but it was far from perfect back then. Because Blake and I never were like, ooh, we're official. I'm yours, you're mine. We're not dating any other people. Of course, I had that mindset, like, oh, okay, this is what it is, you know, whatever. But then it came a time where, yeah, I knew I wasn't the only person he was talking to and things like that. So it was just like, well, all right, you're here in my life, but whomever else who comes along, they might get a shot too. Which, like I said, both of us had that mentality. So Blake was just Blake was a playboy. I ain't even gonna hold y'all up. He was a playboy. So that is honestly how he caught his case. He wanted his cake and wanted to eat it too. So he ended up, at the time, having me and someone else. It came down to, you gotta decide who you want to be with. Is you gonna be with Jamara or you gonna be with this other person? Because I personally, I'm not about to keep having this drama that was going on in my life, and this other person is not gonna keep on having the drama that was going on in her life. So you, mister, have to decide what the verdict is gonna be. He decided he was going with Jamara. This other person did not like it, did not want to accept it, and stuff hit the fan. Yeah, I hate talking about this because it's so hard for me not to let my own personal emotions and feelings like get in the way, because I'm never going to speak on this person over here because no, like, there's no point at all. And if you see my facials, that's how I feel. Like, there's no point to whatever. So yes, he chose, hey, him and I were gonna be together. We were gonna start fresh, work on things. This other person over here did not like it. Blake was at my house one night, and you know, we're talking, figuring things out. It had already been established, I'm letting this person go. Yeah, we end up getting a phone call that next day, and yeah, all hell broke loose. So Blake calls me. I was on my way to work and just let me know, like, this is what's going on. Like, the police came to the house where, you know, he was staying at, and it wasn't looking good. It wasn't looking good at all. Long story short, because I do not want to feel like I'm rambling in this video, but I also want you guys to get a sense of, you know, events that happen. So he let me know, you know, the police had come to the house. Basically, this person over here staged a scene that caused him to get a Fed case. Basically, it was a setup. There was guns everywhere, there was drugs, there was money. So of course it looks like, oh, this is the spots be, like you're maintaining a drug house, all these other things. So from that, the police walking into seeing that, and Blake living there, and Blake already having a prior record, that just yeah, made everything come to a head for him. So like I said, this was in 2016. A whole year, Blake, basically, I'm not gonna say he like fought his case because they didn't have anything on him. Blake was like very cooperative with the detectives and whomever else that needed him for any sort of, you know, information. He did have to go and give, you know, DNA to see if these items that were at the home were his. DNA all came back fine, but it was, like I said, more so what kept him as the link to this case was the fact that he had priors from like dating back to like 2010, like, you know, 2010 and lower. Nothing, he didn't have any cases or anything like that from 2000 and above. They're all 2010 and down. So because you have priors, like I said, that made him the ideal person that was gonna take the blame for all these guns, all this money, all these drugs, fake drugs at that they found at the house. They were not real drugs. Sister friend, yeah, she needs an Oscar for the work that she did. So like I said, he fought his case, not fought, but he cooperated with them building the case for a whole entire year. So the exact date was November 28th of 2016 of when everything started, when the police first initiated, there's a case that they're opening. Fast forward to November 28th, 2017 is when Blake was arrested. Blake did something very stupid, which a whole year he was fine, you know, they really don't have a case, maybe they do, maybe we can fight it, yada yada yada. But exactly a year to date, he ended up making a sale, which they were watching, and yeah, they got him. Which I laugh because I can't cry over certain things anymore. So please do not mistake my laughter as like, oh, this is a joke to her. Like, no, I have to laugh to keep from crying, to keep from feeling old emotions and things like that. So just to clarify that up. But yeah, so he ended up getting arrested November 28th, 2017. He got picked up on his way to school. I was not at home when it happened. Thank God. I probably would have been a wreck. A big wreck. I was actually at work when it happened. I ended up finding out that he was in jail from one of his family members. Called, you know, trying to see what I can do, if I could pay a bond or anything like that. But I could not pay a bond because he was in county, but he ended up, because it was a Fed case, he had to wait for the U.S. Marshals to come and pick him up and transport him to a federal county jail type of deal. That was hard. That was definitely hard. I came home to my house in shambles. They came in and raided my house. I have never been through anything like this. You see these type of things on TV and you be like, oh my God, this is crazy. Oh, that's crazy. These are good actors, you know. But when it's you actually dealing with it yourself, it's a whole another ball of emotions. Like having my house raided, our house raided, definitely broke me. Coming in my front door and not even having to put the key in my front door because my door was kicked in. Coming home, all my lights are on. Like my kitchen, boxes, pans, cereal, juice all pouring out, just all over. My clothes all out of drawers. Just your house is flipped upside down. Couch cushions, couch tipped, bed unmade, covers all over, clothes all over. Like, they took my vents out of my wall. Ah, I do not ever want to relive that. I don't wish that type of experience on my worst enemy. Like, I do not. I don't wish it on my worst enemy. So, and then also it just broke me because the person that I wanted there the most, he wasn't there. Like, he didn't know. He called me, you know, later that night, and he didn't know that they raided the house. So when I answered the phone, obviously I have a whole bunch of emotions. I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm shocked, I'm speechless, and he got all of that. Like, he got the anger off rip. Like, he like, whoa, what's wrong? Calm down. What do you mean what's wrong? They came and raided our house. Like, I had to clean all this up. Like, oh, I lost it on him. But I will say he was very, like, understanding. He let me just dump every feeling, emotion on him. He was in, like, the county all the way from November, the day he got picked up, so November 2017, all the way up until August of 2018. He was sentenced in July of 2018. The good thing about, well, not the good thing, but yeah, the good thing about sentencing was we already knew the time that he was gonna get. Like I mentioned in another video, I was capping out at 10 years. He ended up getting more than the time that we expected. I wasn't gonna be able to do it. Thankfully, he was sentenced to 8 years in federal prison because he sat for so long, all the way from July all the way up until because he sat from November all the way up until sentencing which was in July, and then from July all the way to August. That time that got him, you know, some time off. So he in total is doing 7 years, which come November we are 3 years in, and we have 4 more years to go. Oh, I can't wait for these 4 years to be up. So his out date, well, his out year is 2024, which starting from 2017, it seemed like 2020 was never gonna get here. But we are in 2020, and 2024, it seems like a long ways away when you say it, but for me, that's around the corner. Like, this is about to be over soon. I am like super excited. Sentencing day, it was hard. It was really hard. For anybody who's gone through it, you have a mix of emotions. You feel like you're gonna throw up. You feel like you just gonna cry. You wanna scream, shout, punch something. And just sitting in the courtroom and hearing, you know, seeing your loved one over here in an orange jumpsuit, got shackles on, which I had never, ever seen Blake in that way, or anybody who I was close to or loved in that way. Like, jumpsuit, shackles, no, you get up, I hear the chains. Oh, it hurt me. Like, I'm used to seeing him, okay, shaved, looking nice, smelling good, and then to see him in that way, it broke my heart. Like, I don't want to get emotional in this video. Oh my God, sorry. But yeah, that, like, definitely broke my heart to the point of, even though, like, I never worried about Blake having to go to prison, because I know the type of man that he is. He is a man's man. He's a stand-up dude. He's all about respect. So I never still worry about his safety while he's there. It was just a matter of, like, my baby, you know, like, oh my God, like, you're not gonna be here. So yeah, sentencing day, like I said, it was hard having to sit there and knowing the fate, but not knowing the fate of what's gonna happen, because ultimately the judge can do whatever they want. They can say, okay, yep, we all agreed that we're gonna give you this time, but no, we're actually gonna give you this time. But honestly, like, Blake's judge was like super nice. He was very genuine. He was down to earth. He honestly said during Blake's, you know, sentencing and things like that, like, I hate that I have to do this to you. Swear. Like, the judge, yes, Blake did wrong. He did a lot of things he shouldn't have. But I can honestly say Blake is not like the average criminal, which I'm not just saying that because he's mine, but he's not. Like, Blake went to school, Blake has jobs, Blake is like influential in like the community, like Blake worked with kids, like Blake would see like the most, like, you know, not average person and hold a conversation with them like he was the head of a business or something like that, you know. So he definitely was like, yeah, it hurt the judge, you know, like when your parents say this gonna hurt me more than it hurt you. I feel like that's how the judge was. Like, this hurts me because, you know, he saw you're going to school, you're smart, you're a great student, things like that. So just the fact of seeing that his actions of hurting someone else altered his life in the way that it did, it sucks. It definitely sucks. But honestly, we both say like he needed this time to sit down, to reevaluate life, to get himself together, because none of us are getting any younger. We're just getting older. So the things you were doing when you were 20, when you were 25, 30, you can't do no more. Or more so, like, consequence, like the things that you do, they have consequences. If you play with people's emotions, their feelings, their heart, their love, we are prime example. He is prime example of what could happen. Like, I hate that happened to him. I hate that it happened to us. I hate that it happened to his family. I hate it because a great person was taken away because, yes, the actions of somebody else who was being vindictive and all those other things, but ultimately it was because of his actions. Like, just because I love Blake to death, but what he did was wrong. Like, you can't play with people and think that because they love you, they're just gonna watch you walk away and love and build a life with somebody else. Like, it just sucks. But yes, so like I said, he sat all the way until August. Then come August, he moved. Y'all, they sent Blake's first prison. He's now in his second prison. The first prison he went to was all the way in West Virginia. From Michigan to West Virginia. The night he called and told me where he was moving to, at first I was like, okay, that's not that bad. Like, it's gonna be fine. You know, I Googled the prison and everything. I'm like, oh, okay, like they have this program, they have this. Oh, this is gonna be fine, you know, whatever. The next day, I woke up and I cried. And I cried. And I cried. I cried so much I was late for work. I was just in shock. Like, they are sending him to West Virginia. I had never been to West Virginia. I've heard of West Virginia, but that's not a state that comes to mind. So, yes, they sent him all the way to West Virginia. So his first prison, it was a medium. Started off at a medium prison. West Virginia, I traveled to West Virginia every single month. Yeah, every single month. I missed 2 months of him being in West Virginia just because of the weather and things like that. I had to drive through the mountains. Like, I don't miss it. I don't miss going to West Virginia. Even though it was a good experience, I got to, you know, drive through some states that I had never drove through, but whew, it was a lot. Like, let me see. I think only like twice, maybe 2 or 3 times I rode with somebody else. But all those other times, I went by myself. It was a long drive. 8 hours, to be exact. 8-hour drive to go see him. It was well worth it. I know he appreciated it. Now, praise Jesus, he is back in Michigan. So right now, Blake is only an hour and 30 minutes from me, which I'm just so thankful. I know he's thankful, like, you back home in your home state. Like, so I am very grateful. I tell everybody, I'm like, we earned it, because, oh, baby, driving back and forth like that, it definitely, it's a lot. It is a lot. Anybody who drives more than 2 hours to see their loved one, it's a lot. You have to request time off for work. You have to make sure you leave at a certain time. You have to get a hotel. You just have to do so much to make sure, you know, everything is gonna plan out. So it was a lot. It definitely was. Yeah, it was. But it was definitely worth it, because like I said, now he's closer. We're about to rock these 4 years out. And then, yes, I'm excited. But yeah, like I said, I'm proud of myself. I kept it together during this video, because I didn't want to like cry and be out here crying for y'all. But no, definitely, this has been a definite learning experience for myself as well as him. It's taught me so much about myself just in these, you know, 2.5 years. It lets you know, you get knocked down, but get back up, keep it moving. As long as you got a strong support system, you got somebody who is rooting for you just like you rooting for them, it's a cakewalk. Definitely have my emotions. I have my good days, I have my bad days. He too has his good days and bad days, but together we are making it work. So I hope this kind of pieced together some of the info for you guys. As always, questions, drop them below in the comments. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not. Also, make sure you share it for anybody who needs this type of material in their life. Later. We ride, we ride. We ride, we ride, we ride. We ride, we ride.